Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Self-Love Synergy. Here at Self-Love Synergy, I help others align their self with divine love. And by that, I mean by self, your subtle energy life forces, which are thoughts, emotions, intention, imagination, attitude, etc. All the unseen forces within, emitting from, and surrounding our physical bodies. And that's not woo-woo. That's just saying that our thoughts, emotions, and all of our intentions, focuses, everything that we can't see within a person, that a person has control of, that is what I'm calling the self. And it can be admitted, like your thoughts can be emitted from you through your words, through your spoken word. That's a thought. Or through your feelings, through a behavior. Or you can admit it surrounding your physical body by, let's just say, have you ever come across a person who's angry or upset? They'll have that residue energy where you feel a little tension. Say, what just happened here? Why am I feeling this way? Well, it's because the thoughts and the feelings have been emitting from that person and around that person. Kind of like that one character in Charlie Brown, I think he was called Pigpen, where all that smoke and everything, or the dust and everything all around. Well, we got like energy fields. Let's not have them dusty though. Let's have them aligned with divine love. Now, what I mean by divine love, I mean you have your subtle energy life forces, your thoughts, emotions, and everything else, living one vibrational energy with and for all. That's God and that's divine. So I would like to help people align their self with divine love, because I think the majority of us are aligned with selfish love, which is living one vibrational energy separate and alone in your ego, and that's selfish love or toxic love or conditioned love. And I'm going to talk about conditioned love right now, but I'm talking about being nice now. And I want to talk about being nice because I saw another video where this woman had said that nice people, well, made me interpret it as saying that nice people may be caught in an addictive cycle of people pleasing that could eventually drive them insane. And by that, I mean drive them to have all of their subtle energy life forces all scrambled up, not in control, not having any control of them at all. Because in order for you to have control over your own personal subtle energy life forces, you have to do what you desire and want to do. You do not do what others want you to do, because for one thing, the other people can say what they want you to do, but you don't know the intentions behind other people. So you shouldn't just do what other people say. You shouldn't believe what other people say about you, to you, an opinion of yourself. Never to believe anything. That's another thing here at Self-Love Synergy. We don't believe. I don't encourage you to believe. I encourage you to listen to my words. Let them marinate within you. Use your common sense, your intuition, your logic and reason, and your own personal life experiences, if you can match it up with one, in order to understand better or to know if, there's truth in what I'm saying or not. That's all, okay? And then once you can do that and you can really get it in, if I can encourage you and inspire you to live one vibrational energy with and for all in divine love, then I've done my job. Okay, so let's talk about being nice. Now, there was 2 videos I was watching, and the first video was saying that being nice is a behavior pattern that usually has a gain attached to it. It's having pleasing mannerism to those who can benefit you. Now, one thing that's tricky about being nice is that it can change if things don't go your way. So if your behavior changes depending on if things go your way or not, then that behavior that you're doing is fake. Niceness can be fake. Okay? So we got to be careful with that. And that's another thing that I want to help, bring to the world. This counterfeit light or this counterfeit kind of love that's fake, and it's not real love. It's not God. It's not the unconditional love, which is God. Okay? So being nice can be rooted in fear and in the need to please others. And of course it's rooted in fear because you're doing it through selfish love, where you believe that you're separate and alone in this world and you are unattached from God. You're not one with God. That's a false evidence appearing real. You believe your birth certificate. You believe who you are. You believe the image of yourself. You don't understand. You are a living one vibrational energy. You're a frequency, just like God. Now, being nice can be rooted in fear and in the need to please others, seeking other people's approval, wanting to make other people happy, which is something you just cannot do. Happiness has to come from within us. Happiness must be generated from within us and maintained from our control. And because we do have total control over our happiness, we are able to do that. And another person can't do that for you. Another person may make you feel happy for a minute, but that happiness will go away because you didn't generate it yourself. So we don't want to do that. And people pleasing so that they give you approval, love, and respect. You're being nice to people so that they can give you approval, love, and respect. Again, not a good thing because you can give it to yourself through a self-love, through aligning yourself with the divine love. Now, nice people can be so desperate to please people that they will put up with disrespect and mistreatment while trying to please others. That's the cycle that I'd like to break too. Not only a cycle that can create you to have your subtle energy life forces all off and make you have mental imbalances, emotional imbalances, and even disease pop up, but it can also make you addicted to abuse from others. No, you are worthy, more worthy than that. So, but if you are willing to keep on being mistreated and disrespectful or disrespected, then other people could perceive you as being weak. And this video also said that niceness could also be perceived as being selfish and narcissistic. And when I tell you that love is separate and alone and in the ego and it's selfish, well, that's why niceness can be selfish and it can be narcissistic. Sorry, I'm sitting here pointing it. It could be narcissistic because you're in your ego. So niceness is not a good thing. And because you're in your ego, you have to evolve the ego into the ally so that you can start using kindness. Kindness is where the power is. Now, the ego is when you edge God out. When you're edging out living one vibrational energy with and for all. And the ally is when you allow love in. When you allow the living one vibrational energy with and for all. Now, when I'm making this video on kindness and niceness, previously I'd always say that you have to evolve the ego into the ally. Now I understand exactly what that entails. You mature yourself from the addiction of people pleasing. You no longer sacrifice your own self-love and happiness in order to seek approval from and respect, in order to seek approval, love, and respect for yourself or to make others happy. So, now once you get into kindness, kindness is deep-seated in love and is a moral value. Kind people help others and are considered so, not because they want something in return, but because that is how they are. Kindness is rooted in love. People give something up or do something for someone for no personal gain. You do it because you have empathy towards others. Contrary to niceness, kindness is a sign of strength. It arises from the basic instinct to support life and other living beings. Isn't that interesting how it says arises from the basic instinct to support life and other living beings? In other words, it's saying that we have the basic instinct within us to live one vibrational energy with and for all. We have a divine love, a basic instinct to live and love in a divine manner. Why? Because the ally must be the image of God that we were created in before we became sinners in our egos. Yeah, when we were born into being a sinner, that was when we got, what did we get? We got a personal identification. We got a birth certificate. Yeah, anybody who had a personal identification leaving that hospital, a few days after birth, they got their ego. The ally is allowing love in. The ally is a frequency. The ally is love. We are truly love. Okay, so this video went on to say, so which would you prefer to be, kind or nice? It says, while niceness does root in a desire for personal gain, it is important to understand that you cannot always live off kindness. This is according to this video. It says you cannot pour from an empty vessel. Similarly, you cannot give others something that you do not have yourself, be it love, money, power, position, or anything else. So therefore, if being kind helps you to get what you desire, such as a promotion at work, so be it. However, kindness comes after you have got the promotion. Henceforth, how you treat your colleagues and subordinates will determine if you are a kind person or a selfishly nice human being. And that's how that video ended. But I don't agree with that. You definitely can have your cup full. Because another video that spoke on kindness, it says being kind is about making yourself and others feel good through feeling the sense of oneness and connectedness and empathy for others, and giving it to them because it feels good to do so and it feels like the right thing. Now remember what the other video said about being kind. It says it arises from the basic instinct to support life and other living beings. And this video is saying that kindness feels good to do that, and it also feels like it's the right thing. Again, we not only have the instinct to love in a divine manner, it feels good to us if we do love in a divine manner, and it feels right for us. So the ally has got to be the image of God that we have been created in. And also, in order to, when you are living one vibrational energy with all and for all, you are tapping into an everlasting source of abundance, well-being, and prosperity. So therefore, your cup, you don't have to worry about your cup being full. You just stand in the flow of it, and you just be an empty vessel and just allow the overflow to just flow through you. So in order to be kind, it must be coming from a heart filled with love, care, and compassion, and it's an overflowing of love. So indeed, we ought to be kind. We should stop being nice, faking it to get what we want, and then switching up after we get it. No. That's the ego. That's the old way. Let's come into the new way of self-love synergy, and let's evolve our ego to the ally so that we can go from being nice to being kind, where the power truly is. And that's all I'm going to do today. But I'm going to do a part 2 to this video where I talk on Machiavelli, and I talk on the power of kindness, and give my spin on his spin of things, of being nice. Okay? Alrighty. So I hope that you enjoyed my conversation tonight. I sped it up a little bit because it's saying that I'm on low battery. And so all of a sudden I had to speed things up. But I hope that you understood everything and I didn't go too fast. And if I did, then, rewatch it again until you get it, because this is really, really important. But again, you don't have to believe me. You just have to, think on it, reflect in it. And then you decide for yourself. Do you think it's time to evolve that ego? And get married to that ally? And evolve into a life of abundance, well-being, and prosperity that is here for you. It's here for all of us. We just have to align ourselves with divine love. Okay? Okay. So you have a wonderful night, because guess what? When you have a wonderful night, guess what? Guess what I have? I'm going to have one too.